Hello students. In previous session we have seen the numerical on shaft. Right now the typical one, another numerical I came with this. So where the pulleys are having various kind of the tension. We have seen in first type, that is tension on tight side and slack side. But when two pulleys are there, one is bigger and one is smaller. In that case we have seen when belt acting toward vertically downward, it's okay. When two pulleys are there and two different kind of the force, as like vertical and horizontal is acting, for that case also we have seen. Right now we are going to see when the pulleys, the belt structure is having force in the inclined point of view. So in case of the inclination, what we'll have to do? So you can see the figure. This is the given figure. They have shown bearing A and D situated at this point, both the end. In between that, pulley B and pulley C is situated over here with the particular distance mentioned by them. Now B is the smaller pulley here and C is the bigger pulley. In case of the side view, you can see this will be the bigger pulley, which is having diameter 300 mm, and smaller pulley which is having diameter 200 mm, radius is 100 mm. For inner pulley or for smaller pulley, the load tensile force tension act on a belt, that is tight side and slack side. Tight side 200 Newton is given. For slack side 500 Newton is given. For the bigger pulley, that is pulley C, the load is acting, of course a wrap angle it will maintain, but it is having inclination with respect to vertical, that is 30 degree. You can see over here 30 degree. And for that inclination, this pulley makes an tensile force on tight side is 1500 Newton and for slack side 500 Newton with respect to angle 30 degree. So now this was the first case. Here we have seen vertical and horizontal force belts having force vertical and horizontal. In that case we have taken two planes. Here also we need to take a two plane. How? We can resolve this inclination. So how this we can resolve? I'll just put here, you can see this will be the vertical, this will be the horizontal of this. So by this way we can resolve this very easily, and through which we are going to select the vertical for vertical plane and horizontal for horizontal plane, and we are going to find out what should be the diameter. I'll read the numerical for that case. I hope you understood the diagram, structure, whatever they have given. The transmission shaft supporting two pulleys, pulley B and C, which we have seen B and C, and mounted between two bearings A and D, correct, as shown in figure, as I told you. Power is transmitted from pulley B to C. The shaft is made up of steel, of course. SYT is given 300 Newton per mm square and SUT 600 Newton per mm square. SYT 380 Newton per mm square. The pulleys are keyed, keyway is present, to the shaft. Determine shaft diameter on the basis of ASME code. Having KB, that is combined shock and fatigue factor for bending, and for torsion it is 1. So 1.5 and 1 they have given. So here very important is ASME. They have given the ASME, not on the basis of strength. So for that we'll have to first of all we'll have to use the ASME coding to calculating a permissible, that is maximum stress occur in the system. So you understood the diagram, you understood the numerical, the given data simultaneously I told you. So directly I'll start with the step number 1. Now step number 1 is suggested that we'll have to use ASME code. That is very important. So we just keep in mind that is ASME code. While using this ASME code, we know ASME code helps to find out the maximum shear stress when, that is tau max is equal to 0.30 times SYT, correct, and 0.18 times SUT. So likewise, and select whichever be the minimum value out of that, and it will reduce up to 25%, so that we'll get the maximum shear stress. So just calculate. SYT is given 380 and multiply by 0.30. It will comes around, you can calculate this, 108.3 SUT. Okay, so we can calculate over here. You can calculate from your side. It's very simple, directly from the calc. I'll just write select minimum of it, minimum value of it. While selecting minimum value, so here is the minimum value. Once we calculate, we'll get the tau max is equal to, that is 108. That would be the minimum value we'll get. And after that, if keyway is present, they have mentioned pulleys are keyed to the shaft. So keyway is present. So I will have to reduce it by 25%. It means tau max is equal to, I will have to multiply by 75 into 108. We have seen ASME coding theory, through which we'll get the stress is Newton per mm square. That is, after multiplying it, it will gives me 81. So this is maximum shear stress, 81 Newton per mm square. So this was, we can say, ASME coding. Now we'll move toward our sequential step, that is step number 2. Step number 2 indicate calculation for torque. Very important. So I'll write MT question mark. Calculation of the torque. Now while calculating the torque, we must know we cannot able to use our regular equation as we have seen in previous numeric. So we'll have to use on the basis of tension, because they have given tension on tight side for smaller pulley, bigger pulley. They have given. So according to that, we'll have to take. So first of all, I'll calculate torque develop in pulley B, first pulley, which we can say smaller pulley. How much torque? Pulley B smaller. Smaller is having 2000 Newton tight side, 500 slack side. So we know tension on tight side minus tension on slack side into radius, which pulley B. So tension on tight side is 2000, slack side 500, radius, now you can see smaller one is having radius 100 mm. So I'll multiply by 100 mm, through which I'll get the bending moment torsional moment occur in the pulley B, that is smaller pulley. It will be 150 into 10 raised to 3 Newton mm, as we know this. This will be the first part. After that, we'll have to calculate torque developed by pulley C, that is bigger pulley, MTC, that is for bigger pulley. थांब, असं चालते का? अरे लिहिता येत नाही रे, हे असं होते. असं पाहिजे ना,
काठोकाठ हे केलेलं आहे, तो हे केलाय.
ऍक्च्युली मला ते सर सांगत, ही लांबी वाढवायला पाहिजे होती. काय होते सांगतो, सगळी जण अशा. Now we have seen the ASME coding. After that, torque develop in a smaller pulley B, that is tension on tight side minus slack side into radius, through which I'll get 150 kilonewton mm. That will be the torque. Now in case of the torque in case of bigger pulley C, so C is having tension 1500 and 500 on slack side. So I will have to use same, that is I said P3 minus P4 into radius of pulley C. So P3 is, they have given in the figure 1500 minus P4 500 into the radius 300 mm is diameter, so radius is 150. After multiplying this, I'll get the answer. You can check from your side, that is 150 into 10 raised to 3. Same answer we have got, that is same kind of the torque will be generated throughout the shaft, correct? So that will be the maximum torque we'll have to select. If there is the answer changes, so select maximum one. So likewise we'll have to check for the torque. This is step number 2. In case of step number 3, our next step is to calculate the movements, bending movement, because through which we can design it. So to calculate bending moment from the structure, it was realized that here vertical loading is there for case of the smaller pulley 2000 Newton, 500 Newton. Okay, and for bigger pulley 1500 and 500, which is inclination with the 30 degree. So I will have to resolve first of all inclination, that is very important. So see, same diagram I will have to draw here. This is vertical, this is horizontal, vertical, horizontal, and they have mentioned, so this will be act as a resultant and which is having angle 30 degree, correct, 30 degree. Now I can say like this, total force acting on a bigger pulley 1500 plus 500, that is 2000, 1, 2, 3, 2000 Newton. So this will be the resultant. Now as we know, the angle created with respect to the belt, that will have to always take as a cos, that is cos of theta, cos of 30, correct. After that remaining is sine of 30. So this will be the vertical force, this will be the horizontal force. So we can just distribute at the time of the calculating the bending moment. So one by one we'll see. First of all, we'll say vertical force. So I'll write, by considering vertical force, what should I do? For considering vertical force, see, I have drawn this. A is the bearing, D is the bearing, B and C are the pulleys. Now force is acting, of course, reaction force at bearing A and bearing D, RA, RD. We have considered. Then we'll have to consider first of all vertical force. That's why see, in this structure, on which pulley vertical force is acting? On smaller pulley, vertical force is acting 2000 and here 500. And here in case of inclination, I have drawn here, that is resultant cos theta. So I can say 2000 cos of 30. So that would be vertical force. So by considering this force which is acting for the bigger pulley, because bigger pulley is having inclination, bigger pulley is situated here, correct, at point C. So for that case, now one by one we will go. Reaction force are always acting, that helps for balancing, always acting opposite. Now for pulley B, vertical force is how much? 2000 plus 500. So I have just see here, I'll directly 2000 plus 500, that is 2500 Newton. It is acting in a downward. We have considered that that would be downward because the force action is towards ground, that is towards down side. So that's why downward. So to balance this force, equal and opposite force can be generated by the another pulley, that is C. So that's why we'll have to consider this will be the upward direction, and here this will be the vertical force for pulley C. So come to C point, C is having 30 degree. So I have written this is for bigger pulley. So I can write here, that is 2000 cos of, because cos is the angle which will directly get with the surface, which will directly get with the vertical axis with respect to belt. So that is 30. So cos of 30. This will be the vertical force. Now I am going to solve this, and through which I can easily calculate the bending moment. Correct? So one by one. Here important is RA and RD we need to calculate. So before calculating that, we'll have to consider taking movement with respect to A. So I'll write here, movement with respect to A is equal to 0. What did it indicate? It indicate we will have to start from D side, that is D bearing. So here, as we know, minus RD into total distance, that is 150 plus 200 plus 100, that is 300, 450. That will be 450 into 450. Clear? Okay, is this clear? RD. After that, what we are going to do, we'll have to see the force 2000 cos of 30, which is again acting upward direction. So we'll have to take a minus. So 2000 cos of 30 I will have to convert from the Cal C, and it will come around, I'll write 1732.05 Newton. So I'll take that value only. Every time no need to write cos and all that. So 1732. So into 300. So that distance I will have to take. That is minus 1732.05 into 300. Why 300? Remaining distances with respect to A, 200 plus 100 into 300. Now this force is there. Moving downward, we have taken upward motion is negative. So downward is positive, plus 2500 into, why, how 2500? See, 200 plus 500, 2500 into 100, which is equal to 0. So this will be the equation. Unknown is only 1, so we can calculate RD is equal to what? RD is reaction at D. So reaction at D, you will get, just calculate reaction at D. We'll have to get directly, it is in Newton and it is a negative sign 599.14. Please check it. So this will be the RD, that is reaction at D. Once we get RD, I can calculate RA also. So how? RA plus RD is equal to, so RA plus RD, equal and opposite force we need to consider, that is 2500 minus 17. So that we'll have to consider directly, 2500 minus 1732.05. So this will be the RA plus RD. RD known, so we'll get reaction at A. Just calculate reaction at A, that is 1367.09 Newton. So this will be the reaction at A, will get. So once we got this reaction at A, I'll just write here RA 1367.0. Okay. So RD, I'll write here RD minus 599.1. Okay. So this will be the RA and RD which we have calculated the reactions. Now according to this reaction, we need to calculate the bending moment. So for that bending moment, easily I can say this will be the RA. I'll get bending moment at this point. So I'll say bending moment at point B. Correct? Here bending moment at point C. So bending moment at point B, how I can calculate? Very easy. That is 1367 into 100. That will be the multiplication, force into perpendicular distance. So I'll just multiply. I'll write here bending moment at point pulley B is equal to 13, that is RA into 100. So which is equal to RA 1367 into 100. Correct? So it is, will get the bending moment for at point B. So I'll directly, in short, I'll write directly, that is 136 into 10 raised to 3. Simplification. Clear? So same value I have written. And for the bending moment, because 599 is a minus, so I'll get bending moment at point C, pulley C, RD into distance is how much? 150. So RD is given how much? Minus 599.1 into 150. So if I multiply this, I'll get the bending moment at C 89.87 into 10 raised to 3. So I'll write here bending moment at point C 89.87 into 10 raised to 3. Correct? So this will be the bending moment, and of course it is in minus. That's why negative will have to take. Correct? This is minus. Answer is minus. So below center line. So likewise bending moment will occur, and just put the marks, the graph, and we'll have to join. This will gives you bending moment diagram BMD. Correct? This is for vertical plane we have seen. Vertical plane. So this will be the bending moment occur for vertical plane. Now we'll move toward the horizontal plane. Now in case of the horizontal plane, write down carefully in same step, horizontal plane. So in case of horizontal plane or force, What are the horizontal forces? So only one horizontal forces, all are vertical. So see, this one is the horizontal forces. This. So what is this? This we can say 2000 sine of 30. This will be the only horizontal force occur over here. So that I need to consider. That I need to consider here. So for horizontal force, we'll have to consider this will be the horizontal force, that is 2000 sine of 30. So see here, bearing at A, bearing at D, RA and RD are situated. So B's and C's are pulleys. Now reaction force are always acting opposite. So horizontal force is only one which is situated with respect to bigger pulley. So bigger pulley, what it indicate? It is an incline. So in that horizontal force situated over here, so I will have to consider downward side or upward side, no matter. So just I have taken towards top, that is upward side. So I'll directly write 2000 sine of 30. 2000 sine of 30, and if we convert it into this, so that will be the 1000 Newton. Correct? So this will be the force. We have calculated this force. No force is situated on bearing pulley B. All are vertical. So only one force. So it need to calculate one by one. So I'll take again moment with respect to A is equal to 0. So that I'll get minus RD into distance is 450. Another force minus moving upward 1000 into distance 300. Correct? So this will be the force which is equal to 0. No any another force is there. So here I'll get the value of RD, that is reaction force at D. I can calculate. So just that is minus 666.67. This will be the reaction force at D. Correct? So reaction force at D. I'll write here minus 666.67 reaction force at D. Now we can calculate easily, that is reaction force for A, RA plus RD is equal to total force I need to consider, that is total RA plus RD, that is minus 1000. Correct? Total force I need to consider RA plus RD. So I will have to consider, if I consider the downward side, I will have to take plus. Now we are considering this will be the minus, that is minus 1000. So therefore RD is known, through which RA is equal to, so just calculate, that is 1000 minus 666 minus 3.34 Newton. So this will be the force for reaction at A, which is equal to minus 333.34. Correct? So this is at reaction A. Okay, so this will be the reaction force. Now we have to find out the bending moment. So I'll calculate one by one, as like bending moment at, we can calculate at point B or pulley B. So bending moment at point B, that is RA into B is situated over here, MBB, which is equal to, so how much distance? 100. RA into 100. So how much? RA minus 333.34 into 100. So we'll get direct the value of bending moment which will be occur at point A, that is minus 33.33 into 10 raised to 3 Newton mm. This will be the bending moment at point this. I'll write a minus 33.33 into 10 raised to 3. Now bending moment at pulley C. So I'll write MB at pulley C, which is equal to how? So this will be the reaction force here, that is RD into how much distance? 150. it is again minus. So sign is minus because negative sign. So after multiplying this is minus 666.67 into 150 distance. So I'll get bending moment at point C is 100 approx into 10 raised to 3 Newton mm. So these are the two bending moments which we have occurred directly from the structure. So here I have written 100 into 10 raised to 3. Okay. So this will be the bending we have calculated. Now it's time to find out the resultant, because which bending moment I need to select. Here also for vertical plane B pulley bending moment, here also for bigger pulley, here also bending moment, here. Out of this four, how I can select? So for that I will have to use a resultant. So I'll write resultant bending moment. So first of all I'll consider for pulley B. So bending moment at B, that is resultant bending moment. So for that I will have to calculate square root of summation of horizontal force square plus summation of vertical force square. Clear? So through which I can directly write, I can calculate, that is summation of horizontal force. What are the horizontal force? Here. So horizontal minus 33 point something, that will be the horizontal force. So I'll write 33.33 into 10 raised to 3 bracket square plus vertical 136 into 10 raised to 3 bracket square, through which I'll get maximum bending moment, that is resultant bending moment occur, or you can say this will be the resultant. Clear? Result. So maximum bending moment through which I'll get 140.7 into 10 raised to 3 Newton mm. So this will be the bending moment, resultant bending moment at pulley B. Now resultant bending moment at pulley C we need to calculate same summation of horizontal force square plus vertical force square, which is equal to, we'll have to make a square root here. Horizontal force, which will be the horizontal here. So that will be the force, that is bending moment. Horizontal is 100 into 10 raised to 3 bracket square plus for vertical case 89, that is 89.87 into 10 raised to 3 bracket square. So likewise this, so through which I'll get the bending moment directly 134.45 into 10 raised to 3 Newton mm. That would be the resultant bending moment at pulley C. So conclusion from this resultant, what is the conclusion? Conclusion is that you can see this will be the 140, this is 134. So I can say the resultant bending moment at pulley C, sorry, at pulley B is maximum, that is 140 point something. So maximum. So select that one for our design. Correct? And our last step is, I can say step, right. Last step is, we know tau max is equal to 16 by pi d cube square root of kb mb. This is for ASME. Remember this, very important. Bracket square plus kt mt bracket square. So one by one I'll put the value. Tau max we have calculated, see here 81. Now 16 by pi d cube, don't know, square root of kb, how much they have given kb, 1.5 into mb which we have selected, maximum bending 140. So I will have to select this one, 140, that is 140.7 into 10 raised to 3 square. Correct? So this will be the square plus kt 1 into mt. So here torsional moment at B and C equal. So select whichever be the minimum, that is 150 into 10 raised to 3. So here unknown is only 1. So through which we'll get the diameter of shaft on the, by the calculation it will get around 25.34 mm, which is nearly equal to, we can say, 30 mm. Correct? So this will be your answer to calculating the diameter of shaft. So this was the actually structure. Now here different thing is that only we need to read the statement carefully. Here the forces are acting, you can see, inclined. So for that incline, again we'll have to convert into vertical and horizontal as like structure given from my side. And first of all you will have to use a ASME coding for that. After using that, we'll have to calculate the torsional moment. After torsional moment, for bending, we'll have to use force analysis, which I have shown in figure here, and through which select the maximum bending moment. After getting maximum bending moment, that will be directly includes in our final equation. That will be directly included in our final equation, and through which we'll get the diameter of shaft that we called as a design of shaft in case of the inclined loading for the pulley case. Clear? So I hope you understood this session. This type of numerical many more times they will ask, so do revise, take a pause while watching this video and understand, and then go for further step. Thank you.